Well, William Koo, thank you so much for joining us on this Guestbook show today.
Well, aloha. Well, it's great to see you again.
Tell us kind of your start in the hospitality industry, what you love about it, how the journey has been for you. We'd love to hear more about William Koo's journey in hospitality.
William Koo journeys. I started in this business, in the hospitality industry 30 years ago.
Mm,
Almost 30 years ago.
wow.
I know I don't look like it. Okay. It's my Chinese gene. But 30 years ago I came to the States for my college degree. And then,
Hmm.
long story short, I got recruited by a local hospitality company, hotel company
Hmm.
in Hawaii,
Okay.
when I was attending a travel industry management banquet. At that time, I was hired because I was the only one who knows how to use PowerPoint and Excel. Can you imagine? All right. So from information management, sales and marketing, and then it expanded. I remember I founded the first e-commerce department here in Hawaii. Um,
Wow.
and welcome. Have the first OTA bookings. At that time it was Travelscape, and now of course it's Expedia.
Hmm.
Um, so,
Hmm.
and I've been through the last 30 years has been quite a journey, and I enjoy this business because it's so dynamic. It's just so dynamic, never a dull moment. I've seen the birth of new companies, mergers, consolidations of
Hmm.
airlines companies, and the fall of great companies. Of course, innovations in technology. I've been through, September 11, SARS, and of course now in the middle of a pandemic. So it's never a down moment in this industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And since you brought up the pandemic, it's a great transition to ask a question about that. What are your thoughts on how distribution and or digital marketing may change post COVID, right? I mean, I think the light's at the end of the tunnel. We know that travel is going to resume, it's just a matter of time. But curious on your thoughts on how distribution and or marketing strategies may change post COVID.
I think the Chinese word for crisis, is actually two different words. It's actually danger and opportunities. So,
Mm,
I think hoteliers, hospitality, you know, people are looking at this as a crisis, but so coming out of this are opportunities for innovations. It's not just post COVID, it's during COVID. Smart people are already thinking about how it's already changed the
true.
way how we do business. Contactless, right? Contactless,
Hmm.
it has propelled, accelerated technology in terms of contactless mobile check-ins, robots, things that how to automate everything from checking in to even using robots to clean the rooms.
Yeah.
So in terms of sales, in terms of marketing, loyalty programs, contactless payment, right? Payment method. The market is shrinking, especially now, right? So very, very much so. Travel has been greatly impacted. So hoteliers are coming up very innovative ways of what else besides price discounting, right? Adding points, cashback, flexibility, allowing the variety of buffet of choices for the
Hmm.
customers. So definitely our industry is evolving, and what post COVID is going to look like. I have a few ideas. I think it's going to be very different. The distribution landscape is going to change.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to see great companies will fall. Companies that that we know will fall, but the rise of new companies that will take advantage of the opportunities presented by this pandemic.
That's right. Yeah. And so speaking of innovation, that's great that you brought that up. And I also know you're well traveled. Both of us, we've talked about our experiences in being around the world in countries, and whether it's Southeast Asia, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in North America. And you're right. Sometimes we lag on the innovation here, where there's other countries that have been more progressive and geared for that. But because we both have that lens, I was just curious, William, what have you seen maybe that's innovative that would be a nice wish list to have moving forward? It doesn't have to be specifically to our partnership with the Guestbook, but just in the industry as a whole. What innovation would you like to see? What is not there yet that you maybe have witnessed elsewhere that is a real good opportunity, like you mentioned, for our hotels?
Well, I think better integration with, the different travel services. Okay.
Okay.
For example, it's not just it's not dynamic packaging, but better innovation in terms of, seamless transition from the time of booking, use whether it's payment or
Hmm.
contact or whatever, going from airlines to car rentals to to checking in the hotel, checking out, and all the on different services. Instead of now being a little bit disjointed, somewhat brought together by dynamic packaging. However, and then also in terms of enhancing the experience, because when I travel I look for new experiences.
Hmm.
I look for new experience. I like to try different hotels, from under the water hotels to like floating bungalows in the middle of Thailand, right? So new,
Yeah.
so new experiences. And also when I go back to the same hotel, I like to be recognized. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'd like to know, in the somehow in the systems or whatever, be able to know what my preferences already are instead of asking me the same questions again.
Hmm.
Um, so
Yeah, that's great. So I've obviously you've seen hotels execute loyalty and recognition within the guest experience. And I also believe with you too. It would be amazing if during our travel experience that whatever's coming up next is all kind of communicated real time on our phones. Like, hey, from the airline to the hotel. Like, for example, hey, your flight is boarding now, and then automatically your boarding pass comes up onto the screen of your phone. And then when you land in Hawaii, your Uber is ready because it knows it's tracking your flight. It knows you've landed. It knows that the plane is at the terminal and that you should be ready out by baggage claim in the next 15 to 20 minutes. It should really be a seamless process. And as you get closer to the hotel, maybe even a geofence, like it knows you're within 5 miles of the hotel. They're getting the paperwork ready. The keys are being made. And upon arrival, you're just really welcome to an experience that is elevated and seamless. And I think William, you and I are both on an alignment with something to that degree.
yes.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. Maybe I'll ask you one last question here, William, which is why do you think, like, why are loyalty programs so important for hotels where some don't really lean on their programs or don't really leverage the use of their programs, but many, as we know, the big brands, the Marriotts, the Hiltons, it is the backbone of their ecosystem to recognize those guests, reward those guests, and really make them happy. I'm just curious why in the independent space loyalty is either sometimes disregarded, and those that do take advantage of it, they recognize its importance. But why the dichotomy?
Okay. I think this is a good question. I think, first of all, a lot of branded hotels already have, loyalty programs. But
Hmm.
I believe this is, I personally believe that a loyalty program is only useful, is only valuable if it's being capitalized on, take advantage on, and incorporate the loyalty program in all aspect of the marketing, right? All aspect of communication and marketing and servicing the customers. I think especially for independent hotels, because it lacks the resources, right? The
Hmm.
resources, the network, the marketing dollars and all that to reach out to the customers, retain the customers. But the independent hotels have to compete with the branded hotel, the big box hotels, for customers. And especially in the past, 10 years, every player in the distribution
Hmm.
system, they're trying to own their customers, but whose customer is it? The hotel thinks that it's customers, or the middle person, whether it's wholesaler, OT or whatever. Everyone coming out with a point reward system to capture that customers and own it. So I think a company like the Guestbook just provides a solution for the independent hotels. It's like hallelujah, finally we have a solution that is plug and play, right? Plug
Yeah.
and play without the huge overhead to maintain a loyalty department, but to retain that customers, not just to retain the customers, but also to encourage direct bookings, right?
Yeah.
The key is direct bookings. We love our travel partners, but at the end of the day, we want to give the customers a choices, right?
Hmm.
Choices whether they want to book through them, book through the hotel. But before the guest book, to be honest, that before the guest book, my independent hotels, kind of handicapped, hopping along on one foot, right? We do everything that we can to go after direct bookings, but with my hotels, once I've attached the guest book, once we have launched with the guest book, I've seen our direct bookings go up by three folds. So
Hmm.
there's immediate results that can be seen in the numbers.
Yeah.
So definitely client retention, guest communication, especially now that we can put the guest, we can put the loyalty, the messaging in the meta search. I think
Yes,
yeah,
huge.
I think that's a huge, huge way for us to capture at different, not just on our website, but, outside of our website.
Yeah, no, great point, William. All great points. I think I was reading somewhere, and I got to find the article to share, but someone was saying in the trailing 12 months, there has been more traffic to like Google search travel than Booking.com or Expedia combined to the brand site. So, I mean, it's phenomenal on how much research is being done in a channel like Google and how important something like a meta search really is in the larger scheme of a strategy. And also to piggyback what you're saying, William, as far as a partnership is concerned, you're right. I mean, I think one reason why the Guestbook is such an easy value proposition for our hotel partners is that it's actually been built by hoteliers for hoteliers, right? You know that Jim and our entire executive team, including myself, have all worked line level position at hotels. So really, we understand the pain points of a hotel, and we've been able to build tools for, hotels like yours to really thrive. And that's our ultimate goal, is to thrive and to make our guests happy and to make the hotels happy as well. And that can all be done together. And that's what we're doing at this moment. I am going to fire off some rapid fire questions for you. So
Sure.
outside of any of the hotels that you currently are operating or managing, what is your favorite hotel in the world?
My favorite hotel in the world is Tokyo Disneyland Hotel.
Nice. I was supposed to go there this year in April, and then COVID. I had all the
Oh,
bookings.
love it. I love
I,
the hotels right there in Disneyland, and they have the the Happy 15, whereby you can all check in 15 minutes earlier. Yeah,
it's
my
so
favorite,
awesome.
favorite hotel.
Awesome. Great. Favorite airline in the world?
Of course, Singapore Airlines. That was where I was born.
Great. Great. Points or cash?
Well, I love cash. And
Who
cashback
doesn't?
is a great idea. So
Awesome.
all my credit card has cashbacks.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Favorite beach in the world outside of Hawaii?
Favorite beach in the world? I'm not a beach person, right?
Okay.
So because my wife doesn't like the beach, but I can tell you which is my favorite shopping mall in the world.
Let's hear it.
Well, favorite shopping mall in the world is Takashimaya in Singapore.
In Singapore. Is that the one that's isn't the shopping mall inside the airport also pretty big in Singapore?
Oh yeah, it's the newest one. It's in the Jewel. It's called the newest Terminal 4 in Singapore Changi Airport, the Jewel.
Mhm.
You have to visit.
Nice. Yeah, looking forward to it. I think that's pretty much it, William. Man, we really enjoyed this conversation with you, William Koo, from Hawaii, from the shores of Hawaii, as we could see in your backyard. We really enjoyed the time that we've had together, William. Thank you so much for being an amazing partner with the Guestbook. Oh, yeah, he's got
And
the Guestbook hat, clutch.
of course, the guest book, and don't forget, the little.
Yeah, buddy. Let's take it to these OTAs. Let's get them. Let's get those direct bookings. I love it.
Okay.
William, you're the best. I appreciate you. I enjoy your company always in person whenever I can have it. And I look forward to having many, many more of those experiences with you soon.
Aloha. Thank you so much.